Hello.
It's my game of the show.
Oh, but you've given the game away now. You've put it in the title, and now you've said it before you've even started.
Yeah, but it's in the title, so people know. It's my game of the show for Gamescom 2017, my personal game of the show, because it's just brilliant. And we're going to tell you why it's brilliant. This is the playthrough that we were able to play. This isn't us playing.
Yeah, we should probably say that
This was captured for us.
this was captured for us. This is exactly what we played, but the very nice people at the studio captured it. We played it on PS4,
Yes.
and they captured it on PS4 for us because no one was allowed to capture.
And it's a good job too, because as they mentioned at the end of the playthrough, I thought I was doing quite well. Turns out I was quite bad at the game, actually.
But turns out I wasn't.
Yeah, you were the first person to complete the quest.
I was, yeah.
Oh, don't give me that.
But they came up.
I went round exploring like a true RPG player.
Well, you'll find out why that's bad in a minute.
Yeah, you will.
But I was playing it, and he was like, "Was it not difficult?" And I was like, "No, it just had a really nice sort of flow to it. I just sort of followed the quest,
Yeah.
and it was lovely."
You quest follower.
I know. I'll do like the main story
You
scenario.
quest follower. That's like...
I won't be insulted like that
That's
for
like
not picking up side quests.
role-playing blasphemy.
No.
Just following the breadcrumbs, not going off the beaten path. Anyway, look at the quality of this cutscene. I was so impressed by A, the voice acting, and B, the animation in this cutscene.
Come on a long way, actually.
Yeah.
I do feel like, and it's always, I guess it's always hard because obviously I remember things a bit differently than what they were, but I do feel like it's come on a really long way from what we saw at E3.
We played it at E3. We've got our hands on it at Gamescom, and it does feel like the game has come on leaps and bounds, and we really liked it at E3.
Yeah, we were really not sure on it. Like, it was a complete surprise appointment.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, come on, we'll go and have a look. And quite a lot of the comments, the game has, and the studio has actually, a rather incredible fan base. We're very passionate. And we're just excited that, like, it was getting out there and more people would basically get their hands on
I agree.
this game. It's great.
It is amazing. It's a very, for those of you who don't know, it's a realistic role-playing game set in medieval Europe. And one thing I'm wondering is, did they have shaved back and sides in medieval Europe? I'm guessing they must have done.
Well, they must have
Because
done.
they're in the game.
You ask all the hard-hitting questions. Let it be known that you never let anything
I mean,
slide.
these are very fashionable haircuts. I guess fashion just comes around. What was good back in the olden days is now in fashion again. But look at this guy's haircut.
You'd be very fashionable.
You could walk into any barber on Shoreditch and say, "Can I have that medieval haircut, please?" You get the old back and sides done.
Can I get the Kingdom Come haircut,
The
please?
Kingdom Come, please.
Lovely.
A zero round the sides. Leave it on the top.
Right, so
Bit of a beard trim.
we should probably say what has basically happened is the Lords have
Yes.
heard that some senseless violence has basically happened and some people and their animals, their livestock, have been slaughtered.
Very brutally.
They have asked us to investigate. Now, you have to check in with the general here and you sort of mount your horse and follow them. Did we do that, Rob?
I mean, I'm guessing in the run through,
He's done it. He's been good.
Tobias, who's the nice man from Warhorse Games, who's captured this for us, I'm guessing he's going to follow these orders, because Holly and I, we did the classic thing of, "Are you ready to go yet? Are you ready to go on the quest?" And I was like, "No."
No, what's in this box? What's in this box?
Yeah, and he replied, I remember the captain replied with, "Wow, you know, I won't wait around forever." And I just internally said to myself,
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will. You're an NPC, mate. I'll start the quest when I'm ready to start the quest. And I went around and I had a little look in the mud in the field, and I had a little look at the water graphics in the sky, and then a little thing came up the top of the screen saying, "Objective failed."
And for me,
It reminds me of the beginning of Deus Ex Human Revolution, where if you don't do the thing straight away, like the hostage situation just gets really bad all of a sudden because you've spent too much time prattling about in the office.
yeah,
And
the same thing happened.
it's great.
Through days when you're playing, you can do sort of the Witcher things. You know, when you're playing and you're on Roach, and if you're galloping, Roach just sort of sticks to the path.
Yes.
You do the same sort of thing here. If you hold
Yeah,
circle,
hold circle.
he will just. Now and again, they might fork off. I mean, Roach is
Yeah.
the same thing, but you can just follow people, and it's great. I was just following them and just like, this is so pretty.
Your horse is called Pebbles, we should say.
They were really happy about that,
Yeah,
and
Pebbles
I was happy
the horse.
too.
He's got an. I'm going to form an attachment to my horse. I think I particularly like
Right.
how the game stays in first person, even when you're on the horse, because other games, like Skyrim, for instance, they will switch to a third-person view for the horse bit, and I like to be able to go first person on my horse and look down and see the saddle and the mane, and look behind me.
First-person horsing.
Yeah.
I like to just look down and like see my feet.
Also, just look at this place. It's got such a... Like, games like Skyrim have this fantasy gloss put on them, almost like they're a Hollywood blockbuster.
I find it's like a glossy, like, but it's not glossy. I find it to be like they make it really depressing.
But in a brilliant way. It's like beautifully
yeah.
and naturally kind of bleak almost in its
marvellous,
beauty.
but
Like
it's bleak.
that is the green I see when I take my dog for a walk in the fields.
Oh.
That's the blue sky of Europe there.
Yes, I can say it's very blue, but it's just so pretty.
I mean, this just looks so real. It almost looks like you're riding through a photo
That's what
of rural Europe.
Obviously we've just found something there. Yeah, I was doing it and I was sort of looking around and I realised my horse had sort of veered off.
Yeah.
I was doing its own thing. I'm like, no, Pebbles. He's already mad at us for not following him on time. And now we've just carried on.
So here we are. We're at the place where the bad thing has happened. And this is where the quest really starts to kick into gear. So you arrive, you've heard reports that a bad thing has gone down at a place, as all good quests begin.
I love that.
And some really quite nasty people have been to this farm and butchered not just the horses, but some of the people as well.
That makes me sad.
And so you, as part of the law enforcement, I guess, of the area, part of the army, you've got to find out who's responsible for it.
Yeah, now, interestingly, if we had carried on messing around, so
Yeah.
even after we failed the objective, if we still took our time to get here because we wanted to do quests, this cutscene wouldn't play.
Really?
Because they've already gone in and started the investigation
That is
without
amazing.
you. So this cutscene can't play because they're already there doing the job.
And I love that. That's
I
amazing,
like
isn't it?
that.
There is like a bit later on, I don't know if we'll see it in this mission, there's a certain event that will happen without you as well.
Yeah.
Like, just the game kind of carries on even if you don't decide to play it.
That means the world's alive.
Yes.
That's the difference, right? It's not a world that is continuously paused until you happen to walk
Yeah.
into its sort of line of sight.
You're not the most important person in Kingdom Come Deliverance.
And they really hammer that home. You're like a nobody.
Yeah.
That's like the point.
You've got to earn your stripes.
Literally. And
Earn
I
your stripes.
like that. Yeah, I like the idea of just the world is just continuously moving. But seeing objective failed was harrowing.
Yeah.
I didn't do very well with that.
I mean, I just love existing in this place. Look, it's horrifically gory and muddy and wooden and rickety and old. And I don't feel like I've ever explored this in a game before. I mean, so many games like Skyrim, and I keep mentioning Skyrim, but
Well, it's hard not to, because I'll keep mentioning The Witcher. 'Cause again, it's
yeah.
really hard not to. And I am sorry for the people who are fans of Kingdom Come, who I'm sure when we mention these games, it makes their skin crawl. But for us, people like us,
But games like that have taken inspiration from the architecture of this period.
Yeah.
But we've never really explored a game that is just set in that period.
well, the
It's
other
not
games,
just influenced by it, it is that.
well, the other games have other things to sort of help them push through. There's no relying on a massive dragon here to come
No.
in and to create the story.
No.
There's no relying on a mythical creature to create the story. There's no magic to make it, the battle is like,
Yeah.
super exciting because firebolts. It's not relying on any of that.
No.
Not that I don't enjoy games that do.
Oh,
but,
absolutely.
know.
But this is I found this a really refreshing change. And if you don't know much about Kingdom Come Deliverance, all of the places, the castles, even quite a few of the characters are real people and places from history.
Yes, yeah.
So this really is a role-playing game that is grounded in historical fact.
Yeah, it's like, when you see movies and we're like, this movie was based on true events. And you're like, yeah, but how based?
Yeah.
Like, how loosely based on true events is this story?
Like, did a 30-foot shark really come and, eat a submarine? No.
It's based on true events. It's not, all right? This is based on true events. But this is where it starts to get really...
I think one of the only characters who's not actual, real from history is your own character.
Yeah, actually.
You're kind of thrust into this world and you have to shape your own story. I love that.
But yeah.
So you kind of get tasked here with investigating what has gone on. And there are a number of options you can do. I think you can ignore them all if you want to. Or you can spend ages gathering information from all the people who work on the farm. trying to piece together the mystery of what's happened. But one of the cool things about it is it doesn't give you a massive flashing waypoint of where to go.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, it's so refreshing.
You just go off, and there's no stress of looking at the map and thinking, oh, I've got to do that, and that. You can just do what you want to do when you want to do it, and choose whether or not you want to engage or not. Here we are having a little talk with one of the victims here. Or this lady has had her husband brutally murdered.
Aw,
I know.
that's not very
So we're
nice.
having a little talk to her, see if she can bravely relay any information about what happened.
It's quite, again, we were in a room with, 8 other people?
Yeah.
And everybody did this differently. Because I spoke to this guy as well.
I spoke to, is this Jakob? Yeah.
No, yes, it is.
I spoke to this guy.
And again, it was like how you get information out of him as well. Like he didn't want to speak to you.
I didn't choose this dialogue option. See, already it's differing from my
I
playthrough.
think I healed his. I was like, oh, your arm wound looks really bad. And then like I helped rebandage his arm, and he was like, maybe you're not such a bad person. Maybe I will help you.
That's really interesting, isn't it?
That's how I played this.
I can't remember what I did to him. I didn't heal him.
Yeah, his arm was really bad. Maybe it was somebody else. No, pretty sure.
This is the dialogue option I got. He mentions that they left in a hurry. Maybe you could see if a fence is broken or not. And that's
I didn't get that.
That's
I
the
didn't
only,
get that.
Oh, I got that. And that's the only clue that I was given. And so I basically had to go around the farmstead looking for a broken fence or a gate. And it's not like, as I said before, it didn't have a big old flashing arrow above it saying, here's the broken gate that will make your quest go forward. You just have to go and find it.
No, I was like something by the lake, and then I followed the blood around.
Follow the blood trail.
And then, yeah, I played this completely differently to you then.
This was described to me as using your Witcher senses without your Witcher senses.
So you mean using your common sense?
Using your actual powers of...
Common sense.
Using your actual tracking powers. You've actually got to follow the real trail of blood that's not highlighted in any way. You just got to find the blood spatters and follow them.
So I think this is the person that gave you the a fair bit of information.
See, I didn't talk to this person at all.
Did you not?
Nope. Leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah, and I did this. I was like, I know it's difficult. Like, I tried to be really sympathetic.
Yeah.
And he was like...
Was he having none of it, or was he okay?
No, he's like really upset, basically. And he's really worried. And you're just trying to soothe him and be like,
right.
Everything's going to be fine. Like, can you just help me find the people
who did this? Help me bring them to justice.
Well, this is where you sort of learn that the stories are all over the place. Like, what different people are telling you.
To the north. They were trying to get away.
Yeah, they ran... See? So this is where I found they fled towards the north.
Right, okay.
So I didn't look for the fence, because this guy was like... They went into the woods north.
So this is how you did it quicker than me.
Yeah.
I spent ages looking for broken fence. See, that's why, Holly.
Because I did it differently to you, Rob.
Yeah.
I took the most efficient route.
I took the
You messed around with the fence forever.
I took the explory, true role-playing route.
But I didn't, because if you'd explored, you would have found this man and spoken to him.
Shut up.
Right then, see?
But that's the cool thing about this game, isn't it? No one, I mean, that's often like a talking point, isn't it? Everyone's got a different way of doing things. But in this, there seems to be so many ways you can do it, so many things you can ignore. Apparently, you don't have to speak to anyone. You could just go out into the field and find the group of bandits by luck.
Yeah, or like if it's your second playthrough, you'd be like,
Yeah.
no.
Whereas in most games, you would have to activate certain quest bits, wouldn't you? You'd like have to find the broken fence for the quest to go, you found the broken
But it'd be,
fence.
like, glittering or
spawn,
highlighted.
and now let's spawn the bandits in the place. But you can just go there.
Oh, is that the fence you
yeah,
found?
it's the Folkenbrents.
So no, I went a different...
The Folkenbrents.
The Folkenbrents.
The Folkenbrents.
So, you know, I didn't find that because I just followed the blood.
And here's the blood trail through the forest. Look, and you can see like stumps of trees have got blood on them. There's blood spattered on the ground.
But then I sort of followed this for a bit, and then I heard talking.
Yes, I also heard talking. So we both got to the same place, but in different ways.
Yeah. But this was quite interesting. Was when
Yes.
you got here, how this would also be different. I wonder what Tobias does, because I've not watched this before talking about it.
This is interesting, isn't it? What did you do here, Holly? Basically, we find 2 bandits, don't we?
We find 2 bandits, and I just went straight... I like a bull in a china shop.
Of
or
course
as
you
my
did.
mother says, I'm like a cow with a gun. And I just went straight
The
in.
old tank instincts taking over here.
And I just sort of ran in.
Straight in with your sword.
Right, so Tobias has done the same as me.
Gets the sword out.
Now,
Here's the
interestingly-
combat. I love the combat.
I'll say, because interesting, what you can do here is once you've spotted the bandits, you can run back to the farm,
Yeah.
talk to the guy in charge and be like, I found them. And
Right.
the guy in charge is like, right, lads, let's go. And
All of
everybody
you?
you came here on horses with will come out here and
That
defeat
is
them.
amazing.
Right?
Apparently, the other bandit is injured and lying on the floor and is begging this bandit to kill him because he knows he's gone.
Yeah.
And apparently, if you let the conversation play out, good block, Tobias. Oh no, we're dying.
Well, he is working on the game. You'd think he'd be better.
I've killed this guy by now. Come on.
I hadn't. I wasn't sure how to get my sword out.
Really?
So I think I had to put my hand up and go, excuse me, how do I draw my sword? In the most horrible way possible. Right, so what you're seeing with the battle here, you can see the 5 points
Yes.
star. Now where you're looking obviously changes what's red. The red bit is if you were to basically attack, that's the bit you're going for.
Yeah, always got him there.
Oh, we did get him.
Sliced to the neck. Lovely ragdoll
Love a
death.
ragdoll. Come on.
Oh, lovely.
Now you can go back. So this guy's just basically totally injured. If you, like as you said, if you wait and listen to the conversation and don't interfere, that bandit will actually kill this one.
Yeah, or you can kill him now before he even finishes talking, or he finishes talking and he just dies.
I think that's what I just let him die. I was like,
I wanted to
rude.
kill him. I really wanted to kill him. And one of the guys from Warhorse, Rick, I think, was standing next to me going, yeah, go on, kill him. But against all my better judgments, I let him talk because I thought he might have valuable information. And then he died of his own free will. And I was really annoyed because I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, so now that guy had the hoof pick.
Yes.
The hoof
And
pick.
now it's back to the village. We're near the end of our playthrough now, so we're not going to spoil kind of what happens next. But, you know, this hoof pick is crucial in determining
clue.
why the bandits attacked and how they attacked. But there is a little look at Kingdom Come Deliverance. I absolutely love this game.